Hey there, how's it going? I've been making a lot of Warhammer and Darktide stuff lately, so I wanted to show you guys how to mod your Darktide on Steam. So the first thing you're going to want to do is go to Nexus Mods and make an account on there, which I'm not going to show obviously, and then you want to install Vortex. You can install Vortex by just clicking on the mods dropdown, and then it says Get Vortex. And you can just download the latest version of Vortex. So once you get into Vortex, you're going to want to go to the side here and click on Games, and of course sign in as well if you haven't already. And then you're going to search for Darktide. So we have Darktide here, and then you want to select Manage. So now we have Darktide up in the left corner, and we can see all of our installed mods by going to Mods, which we of course have none, so that's alright for now. So I've already selected a bunch of mods that I want to install. I'll be adding the links in the description as well. You're going to need these two mods here, which is the mod loader and the mod framework. These are both required, and I believe the mod loader comes first. So all you're going to do is click download under Vortex, and then you're going to download all of these mods. I'm going to ask you to open Vortex to yes, or open Vertex, I guess. And they're going to start getting added in here. I'm not sure why this one is still here. Let me remove that. You can see Darktide mod loader, we have that in there. And then we are just going to continue down here. Mod framework is mod loader, which you already have, so download. And we're just going to download all of these mods. The first mod is Direct to Hadron, which is going to let us actually just the blushy face. It's going to let us do all of the Hadron stuff from our inventory. Another mod I'm getting is Scoreboard. It gives you a bunch of information on the end of the match, which I am amazed is not in the game by default. It's actually insane. So here you see that we need additional files. So we have the mod framework, but we don't have animation events. So I am going to click on this one, which if this ever pops up for you, you just click on whatever it needs and then click download. So in this one, of course, mod framework, which I already have. So I'm going to download animation events first. Open Vortex, and I'm going to wait for this to get in there. Once it's in, let me go back, and I'll keep that for later. And then we're going to install Scoreboard now. Onwards to health bars for enemies, and then True Level, which is going to basically just expand the leveling system. The next mod is Bookfinder, which gives you a little notification when you're in audible range of a book. Quick Look card is really good. It tells you all of the stats without having to actually click on a item, which is great. So now that we've installed all of the mods that we plan to use, and you can add whatever you want as well, but we've gotten everything that we want here. For the next part, we're going to need some file explorer actions. So the first window you're going to need is from Darktide in Steam. You can just right click, go to manage, browse local files. That is going to give you this window here, Warhammer 40k Darktide. So that's the first window you're going to need, and you can keep that there. So to get to this other folder, the easiest way in my opinion is to just click this drop down arrow on any mod and then click open in file manager, and that will open up your file manager to the directory that is very close. So you can just select the up arrow, or you can manually click back to mods, but you just want to go one library back, and there you go, you're in the correct folder now. So we are going to find this Darktide mod loader. If you do select it when you're opening this window, it should already be highlighted. You can go back a little bit. It will start you in the files, but just make sure you go back until you see these mods listed here, or all of your mods. And you should see the mod loader file. So we're going to select this and then Control C, just spam Control C a lot. And then we're going to click into our actual game files and do Control V. Once we've copied over our Darktide mod loader, we are going to run this bat file, toggle darktide mods.bat. Says the Darktide is now patched to load mods, so we are now ready. And I believe we can just close this. Yes, okay. So now we are going to get our mod framework. We are going to do Control C a bunch over in this side. And this one is going to go into our mods directory. So over on the left, we're going to open mods, Control V, mod framework is in there now. So now that we have our mod framework, we can open modloadorder.txt. So for this, I'm going to put it over this other screen because we don't necessarily need this, I believe, anymore. So for this, we are just going to list the names of the mods and the order that we want them to load in. I believe there's mods that can do this automatically, but I always do it myself. So I believe DMF is usually good for the first thing, and when you run the game, it might tell you what kind of issues there is, but I'm going to copy DMF and base first. And then if you remember, animations events was required for scoreboards, so I know that this one is probably going to have to go first. If you have any issues, you can always move these orders around, but I like to think about it as things that require the others to load first. So most likely these 3 are going to be needed for everything else. So I've already gotten those 3 in there, and then I'm just going to copy the file name, the folder name I should say, and then just put it in there. We're going to do this for all of our mods. Alright, so I have copied all of the names from the files, or the folders, into this text file here. And we're going to do Control S to save. And now we should be set to run the game from Steam. So I've just gotten into the actual game and I've had no errors. If you do have any errors, I would suggest reordering your mods or getting a mod load order. And if we go in here, we can see that so is our card mod working. We can see all the stats and all of our weapons. Can I get a sword? No, of course not. Okay. If you guys do get any errors and you're unable to fix it, you can let me know in the comment section and I can see if I can give you any suggestions, but generally speaking, from what I've seen, it's usually a mod load order kind of issue if there's any problems. So that's how you mod Darktide. I hope that you were able to follow this video pretty easily and everything's working for you. You can check out my channel for more Darktide and Warhammer videos. Also check out the link in the description to find all of my socials, as well as my Patreon where you can support me, and our Discord server where we hang out and play games such as Darktide. I hope you guys enjoyed, and I will see you next time. Good night.